Greetings. This is Too Improper, and thank you for coming to my channel. I'm really happy about doing this one because I have various different methods of concealed carry, and like I promised, I was going to do an episode on the methods of concealed carry. But before we get into the methods, let's get the rules out of the way first. First rule is for concealed carry for those of you who are thinking about getting a concealed carry license and carrying your firearm is one. It's going to be in your attitude. Your obligation of carry. And by obligation of carry, what we mean is that you are taking it upon yourself as a concealed carry license holder to have your firearm on you anywhere and everywhere at any time you legally can. Do not carry where you're not legally able to. Only where you're legally able to, you should carry your weapon and you should have it with you at all times. It's an obligation and it's a commitment. That commitment is also to not only protect yourself and to protect your loved ones, which again, I can't understand anyone who wouldn't want to have a firearm to protect their loved ones. That's just me. It's not everybody, I know. But as a sheepdog, as a concealed carry person with the obligation of carry in mind, you understand as a concealed carrier that you need to step in to protect the lives of yourself, your family, or other citizens in your surroundings that are good law-abiding citizens, that you are willing to do so and that you are available to do so. Carry at all times, anywhere you legally can. Your weapon does you no good sitting at home in your weapon safe. It does you no good sitting under your mattress or wherever. So the obligation of carry extends to that in such a way that it even is kind of like an oath, which I've taken the oath before, but that was for the military, and I have taken my oath to as a civilian sheepdog and a Minuteman for this country to carry my weapon anywhere and everywhere I can. The next one is to represent your own carry, and that is as you're carrying your weapon, carry yourself professionally. Do not carry yourself like a drunken yahoo. This is exactly what the current presidential administration and the pop culture media wants you to do is they want to report the people that are like drunken yahoos with their guns and can't handle it. So, and they want to be able to represent Americans as people who can't handle their firearms. So it's good to take them away, which is bullshit, but they're willing and able to report every yahoo that goes crazy with their gun thinking they're Rambo. So if you're predisposed to being a gun-toting, gun-slinging yahoo, Charles Bronson type or whatever the deal is, then don't get your license and stay at home and watch action movies because you're not representing us very well. Represent your carry and carry yourself professionally when you carry your weapon. Always obey your laws. Do not carry where you're not supposed to. That's one of the quickest ways you can lose your license. So you don't want to do that. Also, when you carry your weapon in this day and age, you're representing everyone else who carries a weapon. These jackasses that go snapping and shooting up schools and movie theaters and stuff like that do not represent us. They are such a minority, but you would think they were the majority because the media wants to tout that as the biggest thing, and the biggest problem in America is people running around and shooting up public places. They shoot up gun-free zones, but I won't get into that. So, always represent your carry well, and keep in mind that you're doing a service for yourself, your family, and your community by carrying responsibly. So please don't forget that. Always carry your weapons, and we'll get on with the methods of concealed carry coming up soon. Now, one of the first methods that I want to display is the inside the waistband holster. Now, forgive all the funky camera angles and the changes in lighting. I have to stand at different places during the making of this video just to make sure you can see what exactly I'm trying to do. All right, so the first one, and it's a really good one, is the inside the waistband holster. This holster is pretty good for carrying if you want to carry concealed and if you want to still have a good easy draw on your weapon. And we'll cover drawing as we go through each of these methods because there's different methods of draw for them. But the first one is the inside the waistband holster. This one that I have on right now is a inside the waistband holster by N82 Tactical. Right now, I'll move the camera down here so you can see. Okay, so no one's the wiser. I've got a shirt on. You can't really tell I'm carrying anything except this huge belly, which is full of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, but that's beside the point. Right here, this is an N82 Tactical holster, right? Here's my Glock in the holster. Now, this is really good because even if you had a sweater or something that's coming up to here, people can't necessarily see your weapon. You know, I wear it like this if I wear the inside waistband holster because still no one can see. And should I need to draw my weapon, God forbid again, I toss my clothing aside. I use my thumb to draw the clothing back, and my hand to bring my hand up here first. Index always when you draw, index your weapon. Do not touch the trigger. You're not going to touch the trigger unless you actually need to pull that trigger on your target. So otherwise, you're never touching your trigger. Index finger, your draw, right? And then your stance, whichever one you're going to use. Now, for those that are concerned about whether or not the guns have been safety checked, for the safety Nazis, this gun has been safety checked. There is nothing in there, as you can see, and there is nothing in the magazine. All right, so just to make sure you guys are with me on that. So inside the waistband is very good. One drawback behind inside the waistband, if you've got a long shirt or something like that, is you want to make sure you don't get your clothing pinched in here, right? That'll interfere with your draw. Because most attacks, and now I can come back up here, most attacks when they go down in a 7-foot radius. Right about 7 yards, but 7 yards to 7 feet. That's right about right. Other people have different foot distances and stuff like that, but that's normal. It's never at a long distance. You're never going to have time to draw and hold a bead on something. Your chances are you're going to be drawing and shooting immediately. If you're drawing, that's what you're going to be doing. So you want to make sure that those extra half seconds count when you're drawing your weapon. So that's inside the waistband carry, and there's different kinds of holsters that can do that as well, such as this one maybe, right? This is a leather slide holster that I got from the NRA store. Join the NRA because they fight for your Second Amendment rights. But anyway, this slide holster can be worn on the outside and be an outside carry option, or it can be switched around with the belt clip inside your waistband, right? And be an inside the waistband option too. That works very well. So inside the waistband holster, a very good concealment option. Might be uncomfortable depending on the size of your gun when you're driving your car. Because if you're gonna inside the waistband a 1911, which you can, but I wouldn't want to drive with that. So check the size of your gun on that because you might have something poking in your ribs or in your side if you're going to be doing that. So inside the waistband, it's very good. And I do recommend N82 Tactical. That's n82tactical.com and the number 8 and the number 2 tactical.com. Great holster. Another good method of carry is just simple Strongside Carry with a shirt over. Like this. Right now, I'm Strongside Carrying. And what Strongside Carrying is it's just a simple on your belt holster. Most of the gun is on the outside, just like this. That's a Strongside Carry, right? But if it's concealed if you've got your shirt over top. Now, if your intentions are not to carry concealed, then just open carry. There's nothing wrong with that if it's legal in your community. But if you want it to be concealed, which more times than not you do, Strongside Carry is really good. It's a lot more comfortable than inside the waistband if the weather's warm or something like that. Going back to inside the waistband is really good for hot summer days or where you're not wearing a shite load of clothes. Which, back to that, if you don't mind. The back of the N82 tactical holster has a really nice suede type leather soft lining, right? That is really, really good against sweating and stuff like that. So if you've got a smaller weapon, this is a really good holster because of the material, and it keeps you protected from the hard parts of the gun, right? So this is nice leather, and this is like a suede leather. Can't recommend this enough. But anyway, back to Strongside Carry. So Strongside Carry is good, and the drawing methods are the same, right? Flip your clothes back, index, your finger's not on the trigger, draw, and ready, right? So that is Strongside, and there's many different kinds of Strongside holsters too. Here's a paddle holster. This is a Phobos paddle holster for my 1911. Phobos makes a really good paddle holster. This here is curved, as you can see, and it just kind of goes against your waist like that. It's carried inside your pants. The paddle part actually goes inside your pants, and your belt goes through here, right? And then, of course, the gun slides in, tactically, as a matter of fact, because it has its own kind of retention system, right? And so people can't just get the gun out. You have to do it and draw it out, just like you're supposed to, right? Phobos makes a good one, but there's a shit ton of different people that make these, and they're good. I mean, they're really good. The thing is that they tend to stand out a little more than Strongside Carry. So really kind of have a baggy shirt like this if you're going to do it, if you don't want it to show. All right, that's Strongside. Then there's other Strongside types that are smaller, like this Yaki style holster. I think I'm saying that right. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. But this little tiny leather holster here for my 1911 as well, right? Just kind of goes on the belt. It hangs like that. It's a nice look, not too intrusive. It's really good for open carry. So there's that. Strongside Carry is a very good one. It's a very comfortable one. And of course, it's the best one for open carry if you take your shirt off and you're just regular carrying your firearm. Right? It just, people's open carry or concealed carry based on whatever scenario they're about to get into and wear. This last one here was Strongside Carry. Okay, here's a good one, especially for you athletic types like me, is the belly band holster. You want the gun to be held firmly to you, yet you still don't want it to show, right? The belly band holster is a good one, right? This part here goes on the inside, and you kind of strap it around yourself like a girdle, right? And it's got Velcro on either side. You attach it, and here, if I'll walk up closer, here it's got pockets for your an extra magazine, wallet, or whatever, right? And then here on these pockets, you can fit a firearm. Now I'll get Gunzilla here. This is my Gunzilla. And so you can tuck your gun in just like that, and it appears like this, but you have a shirt on over it, right? And that holds a gun in place. That holds your money and your wallet and your keys. The Velcro is very strong. Now this one here is by Galco. This is the under wraps by Galco. And it holds the weapon in place very well. And a smaller weapon, I wouldn't recommend running or jogging or whatever with a big gun. But it also holds a gun the size of my 1911 or a Glock or something too. But I would only recommend that if you're not like running around. It's a good method of carry. The only thing is that I realized after most of a day of wearing one is that you're really glad to take this thing off at the end of the day. But it's still comfortable somewhat, but by the end of the day, not so much really. You can't wait to take this thing off, but it's good for short johns. Belly wrap, awesome. And there's a lot of different kinds of belly wrap holsters out there too. I'm sure if you Google belly wrap holsters, you'll see a plethora of them. So belly wrap holsters are good too. That's a good one. Of course, again, too, if you don't want your gun to show, that's going to depend on your clothes. So if you've got a belly wrap holster with with a small 380 like this gun here, right? You know, if you've got one of those tight moisture wicking shirts on and stuff, it's going to show. So I mean, wear a baggier shirt if you don't want it to show. That's it. That's the belly wrap. Another type of popular carry made famous by the Mayans is the anal carry. No, I'm kidding. Just joking. Anyway, another popular type of carry that a lot of people like to use, especially if they're like wearing a bigger coat or a bigger shirt or something like that, is the shoulder harness carry. When right now I'm wearing a shoulder harness. Shoulder harness carry is especially good if you've got a larger semi-auto gun. I mean, it's great with a smaller gun, but it's suspended between your arms for a larger automatic gun, such as this. I've got a 1911 here. I'll come up closer, right? And there it is. It just kind of hangs there at your side, straps here, comes across your back, loops around your shoulders. And this one here, this is an Uncle Mike's, by the way, has another thing on the other side for an extra magazine. But now here's where we get into the different types of weapons that you're going to use with your shoulder carry harness, right? So you got the shoulder carry, you got the harness on here, and as you can see, if you've got a 1911, you're going to try to arrange it in such a way, and when you carry a 1911, you carry it cocked and locked with the safety on, right? You're going to carry it in such a way that the strap is going to be on the other side of your hammer, because when you draw, there's a thumb brake on the holster itself, right? When you flip your thumb, it breaks the gun free, index, of course, and you're ready to go, right? But if you've got, and there's different kinds of holsters for the different types of guns. Now this one just so happens to have adjustable straps on it here that hold the gun in place. So I could adjust it for my Glock, which of course the back of a Glock does not have a hammer, right? And yes, for the safety Nazis, the gun has been checked. There's nothing in it anywhere. It's empty. It's completely empty. So that's one thing to consider for it. Now, all day carrying a shoulder harness carry with a gun the size of a 1911, it is a heavy gun. It's about 39 ounces, I believe, and it's constantly bouncing along your side. If that's not going to bug you, it's a great method of carry if you've got a bigger shirt on and stuff like that. It's not people's chosen method for open carry, because it kind of looks like you're trying to be one of the police in the police shows. You don't really want to do that. So it's a good method of carry. The draw method is easy, and so it's quick, it's good. But again, when you're drawing your weapon or when you're carrying a weapon, you have to make it so that you can get to it. So shoulder carry does no good if you're wearing a winter parka and you've got to dig through layers of clothes to get to the gun. By that time, they've shot you and got your wallet. So make sure that if you're wearing something like this, that you're in a position that you can easily get your hand in, thumb brake, and draw without resistance from your own clothing. Shoulder harness. They make them for guns of all sizes. Another good method of carry, which is actually more of a certain situation type of carry, is pouch carry or fanny pack carry. Basically, you could use your own fanny pack, a pouch, a purpose pouch like this. I will move the camera down. See, oops, hit my sound thing. So this thing looks kind of big, but really, if you're walking around like in a fair or something like that, or you're in a situation where you don't want to wear a coat because it's too warm out for that, but you've got your car keys, your wallet, and all this heavy shit. This is pretty good because you've got this pouch here, and no one's the wiser Now, I advise if you're going to pouch carry, don't get a pouch that has the name of a gun manufacturer on it. Because chances are, if you're not already outside the waistband holster carrying your weapon, you don't want people to know you have it, right? So, pouch carry, I got a concealed weapon pouch carry that has extra pockets and stuff like that. Oh, some people may still be able to look at it, and people can dispute me if they want to. I don't give a shit. People could still look at it and think, oh, there might be a gun in there. There might be. There might not be. So, I mean, it's okay. But this is for when you don't want to carry a bunch of stuff in your pockets. You don't want to wear a coat and it's hot out. Guys, you've all been in that situation because we don't carry purses. So this is a pretty good one for anybody, male or female. The drawback on this is that your draw is not going to be as quick, right? So, you're going to have to do that, and there may be some degree of fumbling indexed. There may be some degree of fumbling with your sidearm when you want to use that method. So it's not a quick draw method, right? But you should get snap caps for your guns or whatever. Like that's those fake things that keep your striker pin from getting hurt. And practice with your draw on that. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's not a quick draw method. But it's still a good way for you to have your firearm on you. So that's a good one. It's not good for all uses for carrying your firearm, but it does work in situations like I just described. Pouch carry is pretty good. It's not as easily drawn from, but you're able to carry other stuff in the pouch, like your keys, your wallet, and everything like that. That was pouch carry. Now, there's one other type of carry that I didn't cover. Let's go over it. So far, I've covered inside the waistband, Strongside carry, pouch carry, shoulder harness carry, anal carry. That was a joke again. um, belly band carry, and some different types of holsters. I'm missing one, right? There's a lot of you people out there going, yeah, I know which one. Yep. Inside the pocket carry. The whole time I've been doing this video, as a matter of fact, I have had a gun on me, right, for the purpose of displaying its concealability. There is no gun print on me. You cannot tell. But in my pocket is a revolver, right? And there's a holster in there too. Inside the pocket holster, this one happens to be Uncle Mike's again. Inexpensive, very good. And for when you're carrying a firearm in your pockets, especially during the summertime, if you've got a small firearm, such as a revolver like this one, or a Gunzilla like this one, right? You can just have it like that, put it in your pocket, and no one can tell you've got a gun. You can walk around. It's generally good for small semi-autos like the ones I showed you, but it just doesn't show. You can't even tell I have one on, right? And that's the beauty of it. So inside the pocket's good, especially during the summer if you're wearing baggy cargo shorts or something like that. And it doesn't matter if your gun's not heavy. Like a gun like Gunzilla here is like 9 ounces, right? It's not that heavy. And this is 14 ounces. That's not that heavy. It's just when you start getting heavier, like the size of a Glock, or something like that, or bigger, right? Then it starts to become impossible without it showing or some printing going on. So that's inside the pocket carry. That's good actually for any time, because a lot of people, like myself especially, will carry a primary weapon and a backup weapon. Right? So inside the pocket carry, I might just strong side my Glock and I might have this in my pocket. And the reason for that is if somebody just so happens to be able to get my Glock from me, which they better really work at it, if they're able to get my gun from me, I've got another one to back it up. That's what that's for. Especially if people can tell you have one, right? Then you've got a backup weapon. Now, okay, so for people who want to pick me apart on that philosophy or whatever, just go ahead. But that's my philosophy, and I'm sticking with it, you know? No, they're not going to be able to get my primary weapon from me. No, I don't like walking around with 500 guns on me, and I'm not Rambo. It's a safety precaution. Your law enforcement officers do that too. That was inside the pocket carry. Anyway, that's your concealed carry methods. And anybody can choose any method they want. And again, it depends on the type of clothes you like to wear. It depends on your body type, how comfortable it is to you, how much weight you care to hump around all day, or how long you're going to be out. All of that stuff affects which carry method you're going to choose. And so those are things that you want to consider is what you're going to carry, what you want to wear, and how long you're going to be out, what your body type is, and whether or not you like the reruns of Facts of Life, which in that case, you're probably not carrying a gun. I hate that show. Anyway, so that is that. Those are your concealed carry methods, and I am very glad to have brought them to you. I was pretty excited about it because I've got a lot of them, so I figured I might be able to do a video about it and help people that might be thinking about carrying their concealed weapon. I advise everybody, as a matter of fact, if you're a good law-abiding citizen, to get yourself a concealed carry permit, learn how to safely use your weapon, practice with your weapon, and carry with the rest of us sheepdogs, and keep the society a lot safer. Thank you for watching. I'm Too Improper. God bless America, and long live the Republic.